Hi guys, this is Luca
This is Mattia.
from Frozen Sand, and for those who don't know us yet, today we're gonna talk about our band, Frozen Sand, as well as our latest album, Fractals, A Shadow Out of Lights.
Well, let us just say we're really excited to be here, because this is the first time we're making a video like this one for the social media. So let's start.
Frozen Sand, the sand of the human hourglass, frozen in time for an instant by means of the absolute power of music.
Well, of course it was not this poetic when everything started. Let me say, the foundation of the band dates back to 2009-2010, when basically me and my friends met in the basement of our drummer Simone. We were just playing around and messing up with our instruments, playing songs from our favorite bands.
Are you mentioning any of them?
No, definitely I'm not mentioning any of them. And it was basically the teenage dream of playing in a rock band, so like going outside and playing in live shows in clubs and having fun. From the very beginning we always wanted to create something of our own, putting together a chorus, a verse and building our own songs. Basically we had the teenage dream of playing live what we created, and to have fun and playing live shows. In 2010 we found a permanent lineup for our band. Besides myself at the guitar, Tiziano bass guitar and Simone drums, also Federico joined the band, and Luca too.
Well, actually I got quite a surprise when I first came to meet you guys. You were also young, of course. In fact, I'm the oldest one in the band, 4 or 5 years older than you. But I found you also very talented for your age. We simply got along, and here we are, after almost 8 years. Love at first sight. Last year, 2017, we finally released our first full-length album, Fractals, A Shadow Out of Lights. Now for the first time, we are gonna review you guys what does this complex title mean. Well, let's begin with the first part of the album's name. A fractal is basically an object reproducing its same shape infinite times smaller and smaller. This singular and fascinating property is shared in nature by some seashells, snowflakes, lightning, ferns, leaves, feathers, and so on.
But what if human deeds, emotion and adventures might have this property of traveling and repeating themselves through time and space again and again?
Well, this is in fact a thought that crossed my mind back in 2013 when I first decided to write a saga named Fractals, which later drove the whole band towards the creation of this fantastic concept album, this metal opera, which is divided into acts and that was previously anticipated by our 2014 EP Prelude, which acted in fact as a trailer, a prelude indeed, for the whole saga. Then of course we started shaping the lyrics, the music, and the 10 characters around whom the saga is about. Peter Light and Mr. Shadows are the protagonists of the story. More precisely, Mr. Shadow represents the vicious human side of Peter Light's dual personality, his doppelganger. And from this, we have the second part of the album's title, A Shadow Out of Lights. But besides them, other characters appear in our story, 8 characters precisely, all coming from different locations and times, so basically parallel stories through time and space. The fact of having these 10 diversified characters and the saga itself helped us a lot in the creation of a real heterogeneous album. Why? Well, first of all, we hired a few guest vocals in order to perform some of the characters, like Fabio Primtera, Alex Saita and female vocals Alessandra Sancho. The fact of having guest vocals makes of course the album more dynamic. Secondly, we managed to touch on different cultures through time and space, and different languages also, because I switched the language in which I sing according to the specific character I'm performing. Thirdly, and most importantly, all this allowed us to experiment music-wise.
Now, about the music. We really wanted our first album to be very enticing, something you like to listen from the beginning to the end, with each and every song diversified one another. To do so, we opted for a mixture of different styles and genres, contaminating our music, which is the aspect that characterizes us most than the other. We do like very much progressive metal. We think that progressive metal is basically a genre that has no constraints on the music you want to write. It basically allows you to express yourself in any way possible. And that was the very starting point for us. However, in Fractals, A Shadow of Lights, you can grasp insights from many different genres such as gent, metalcore, power metal, and also a contamination that ranges from classic rock to folk to even jazz fusion. We call this miscellaneous style merged with poetry and literature storytelling progressive metal, while referring to the five of us as the narrators. Now, the final result of all this, you guys have to tell us after listening to our Fractals A Shadow of Lights. We really hope we could create our own sound, a Frozen Sand sound.
As we said, behind our lyrics there is actually a whole story, a saga. It is a drama with fictional characters, even though they do often refer to real historical figures. The same goes for the locations and happenings, which are never anachronistic. It is therefore not a fantasy genre, but not a real and historical tale. It is a metal opera divided into acts. Act 1, 2, 3, and 4 are part of Fractals, A Shadow of Lights, while the remaining part, so the next acts, will be included in our future album. To resume, if you're the kind of guy who actually don't give a damn in reading novels, stories, well, you can just pick up your smartphone while you're traveling on the subway or the bus, go on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, or the social you most like for music, and look for Frozen Sand. And you can also actually hang bang to the person in front of you. But also, if you're the kind of guy who wants to go deeper and you're enticed by the idea behind this concept album, here we are. Check frozensandband.com. First you select your language, then you click on the section stories, and that's it. You have the characters' descriptions with the portraits, you have the prelude, and of course each and every act of Fractals with the artworks, the lyrics, the songs that you can listen and read in parallel, taking your time of course. And all of this of course for free. Enjoy!
The cover artworks of both Prelude and Fractals A Shadow of Lights, the images of the saga and the portraits of the characters are all made by local painter, our mate Stefano Invernizzi. Stefano is actually the very first listener and reader to the music we write. We just let him get inspired and draw what he thinks is the best for our piece of music. We really love his artworks. We're very proud of the partnership we have with him. A strong collaboration. The same also we have with other people, like Lucia Elisabetta Cerutti, our artistic and graphic consultant, Davide Penna, dealing with the mixing and the mastering of our songs, and sort of co-producer of the whole album, and our friend Mario Zanetta, for the videos and the photos of the band. These four guys are like part of the band for us. We call them the Artisans. We actually started a cooperation with Grandstone Promotion over 1 year ago, when we were about to release our Fractals Shadow of Lights. We really think they did a great job with us, and the cooperation has been fantastic so far.
Of course it was. Grandson Promotion helped us so much in making new contacts and friends all over Europe and in the global music scene. Getting reviews and many interviews, like the one we got from rock and metal magazine Antichrist, and many others. We are very happy about this fruitful collaboration. We will continue it in the future, and we wish all Grandsons Promotion crew all the best for their career.
Luckily, the first half of 2018 is going to be a quite busy period for us. We managed to find a few gigs both in indoor clubs and outside festival. And hopefully we will be doing our first tour abroad, a mini tour involving the eastern parts of Europe, composition-wise. As you came to know, guys, our latest album, Fractals A Shadow of Lights, narrates only the first part of our saga, Fractals. The second half of the story will be included in its upcoming twin album. We are of course already working on it, and we can't wait to let you hear you guys something new very soon. Meanwhile, thank you for your attention and your constant support.
Well, thanks also to Grandson Promotion and Antichrist Magazine for this great opportunity. We really hope, guys, you like this video. If so, please subscribe to the channel and follow us on the socials. Thank you again, guys. See you on the road.
Ciao!
Ciao.